Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is my makeup inventory for 2016. So this is the first time that I'm doing a makeup inventory. The only thing that I really ever kept track of was samples. Last year I did a sampled out challenge, so I counted everything that I had and put everything in categories, but I never did anything else like that with any of my other stuff. So this year I wanted to start the year fresh, knowing like what all my numbers were for everything that I have. So I did do a non-makeup inventory or a beauty inventory, and I'll go ahead and I'll link that down below if you want to look at that. But this is makeup. This is just all makeup. This is also too all full-size makeup. There's no deluxe size or samples in the numbers that I'm giving you. It's all full-size stuff. So this took a long time to make. This is actually, if this does go up, this is actually the fourth time that I'm filming this, and because I'm just very nervous about putting these numbers out there. So be kind in the comments, please, because if you've been watching my channel, you'll know that this did take me a lot to go ahead and do, and even just to put up. But I really wanted to keep myself accountable, and that's why I did it. I'm really trying to focus this year on spending less, bringing less stuff in, but using up more. And I thought that by doing an inventory, it would really help me to do that. And also, if this does help out anybody to do an inventory, well then it will be worth making the video. I mean, I really do. I would really highly encourage you guys, if you're on the fence about making up an inventory because you're nervous and scared, and trust me, I know, because it took me very long to do it, because I was so hesitant, because I really didn't want to see the numbers. I mean, you know that you have a lot. Obviously, you see what you have every day. But when you really do write everything out or type everything up, and then you tally up the numbers for the categories and you're actually seeing the number, it is like mind-blowing. And it really, like I said, I knew I had a lot, but then on certain categories I was like, I didn't think I had that much. And when you see that you do have a lot, that much, it's like it's way too much. And that's why, like I said, I really want to spend this year on spending less than what I did last year. I mean, am I saying that I'm never going to purchase anything? No, of course I'm going to. But I really want to be more mindful in the things that I purchase, and, just really not try to buy as much as I did last year. I mean, my biggest thing is palettes. You guys know I love eye palettes. I just, even if I have the same colors, I just love them. I think they're beautiful. I love working out of an eye palette rather than like single shadows. There's a part, I really do like collecting them. So palettes are always going to be my biggest struggle as far as when I'm purchasing things. Like, I know that the Urban Decay, they came out with that new palette. What is it? It was the Reloaded or the 20 Years in the Making palette. I forgot, I don't even know the name of it. And I'm trying so hard not to purchase that, and I'm sure that I will wind up getting it because I just love purchasing palettes. But I don't, like all the other stuff, like cheek palettes and cheek stuff and highlighters, and I love purchasing that stuff too, but that is stuff that I could go ahead and I'm not as tempted to get as I am eye palettes. So making this list and everything and really seeing what I have as far as foundations and stuff like that, there is no need for me to purchase anything. I don't need to purchase anything, and I don't really need to even purchase a palette, but obviously I said that's where I'll struggle the most. But as far as the other stuff, I really don't see myself purchasing unless when I say that it was like totally cheap dirt cheap, then maybe, but other than that, like spending full price on something, I probably will pass up because I don't need it. So yes, I know it's a lot of rambling, but you guys know I like to ramble, so. Alright, here we go. And I can't remember if I mentioned it or not, but I'm just going to give the number in the actual category, but like for lippy products, there's lipsticks, there's lip glosses, and all those other different categories. I'm just going to say the actual number, and then when I do a future declutter video, I'll break it down that way. But for just right now, I'll just say what the numbers are in the total category. So I will start with, let's see. For duos, trios, and quads, I have 18. Cheek palettes. Now they could be, you know, a duo or just a set of 3 blushes or anything like a cheek palette. Not eye, but just specifically just cheeks is 27. Bronzers, I have 9. Highlighters, I have 30, and I seriously don't even know how I have 30 highlighters. I think I went crazy when Bobbi Brown was coming out with all those shimmer bricks, and I mean, I don't really use a lot of highlighters. And then it's just frustrating because I purchased all this stuff and all these highlighters and barely used any of it, and then as I really started using makeup, I'm like, well, this shadow could really look like a highlighter, and I tried a shadow as a highlight. I'm like, oh my gosh, why would I spend like whatever, $20, $30 on a highlighter, and there's a shadow right here that works just as well. So the highlighter section is just, that's too many, 30. Primers and pore fillers, I have 18. Foundations, BB, and CC creams, I have 40. Setting sprays, I have 4. Concealers, I have 16. And again, with concealers, I don't know why I have that many. I really don't. I don't do a lot of spot concealing at all. The only thing I really ever do is I put some under my eye, and if I happen to be using like a light concealer to like highlight, you know, like down the center of my face and everything, which I don't do a lot, but I do underneath my eyes. But to have 16 for that specific purpose is way too much. Like I said, I very rarely, and I mean rarely ever, spot conceal. Blushes. These are all single blushes, whether they're cream, loose, or powder, or pressed, is 130. That's just, obviously, that's just way too much. Especially now that I'm so into project panning and knowing how long something takes, especially like I'm doing some powder blushes. It takes obviously forever to use one. So to have 130 is just ridiculous. Setting powders, I have 20. Eyeliners, again, that's, you know, gel, cream, liquid, the pots, that's 64. Mascaras, I have 21. Eyebrow, I have 4. Paint pots and like eye bases, so like the NYX crayon, like eye bases, or like paint pots like MAC, and color tattoos, I have 16 of those. Single shadows, this is single shadows, pigments, and glitters. I just put all of them like all in one. The single shadows, the number, well, this number is high because I counted all of my Makeup Geek single shadows as one. I have, I think, 3 or 4 Z palettes that I made of her shadows, because you guys know I'm a big fan of her. I love all her products, her makeup products. I think are just fantastic. So anytime that she's ever put on anything, I purchase them. So that's why the number is going to be very high. I didn't count it as an actual palette because it's not a palette that I will just take and try to pan or hit pan on. So I would probably take out like specific maybe shades to hit pan on. So I counted like all those Makeup Geek Z palettes as single shadows. And along with that, I included pigments and glitters. So for those shadows, and that's also including too like the Bare Minerals, loose powder, eye powders and all that, those are 284. Let's see. For lippies, again, lip gloss, liquid, lip primers, lipsticks, lip liners, all that is 429. I mean, that's just insane. It's just insane. And then for palettes, these are obviously just eye palettes, and these are for quints and up. Guys, seriously, you better be easy on me in the comments. Which I know you guys are all supportive, so, but I'm just saying for maybe anybody that's new that's watching, like, oh my gosh, just please be kind, be easy. Eye palettes are 180. And I know obviously I'm laughing and everything because I'm very nervous about making this video. It's just because I know it's too much. When I started watching YouTube videos, which is when I really started really wearing makeup. And I mentioned this, I think, before. I was never a big makeup wearer at all. If anything, I put maybe like a lipstick, mascara probably was the biggest thing. Maybe like a one shadow on my eye and maybe a little eyeliner. Never did anything with the brows. Didn't even know what like bronzes or contouring, any of that stuff was at all. When I started watching YouTube videos, I literally got just, I don't know, just like hooked instantly, or just, I don't know, I just became really intrigued and interested in makeup. And I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I want to say like 5 years ago. Like anything else, I started watching all the videos, the big gurus of YouTube, and anything they said to, yeah, that was a great product, of course I went out and I purchased it. And that's how I accumulated so much in such, even though 5 years is a long time, but for wearing makeup and everything, I think it's such a short time to have what I have. And so it just kept growing and growing and growing. And it wasn't until I watched, it was Cherish, Pretty Pistol 86. I watched her, was it last year? Or was it towards the end of 2014 maybe? But, yeah, because we're in 2016. I just forgot what year we're in. I just happened to be watching a video and I happened to see it on the sidebar, something about project panning, and I never heard of that. I'm like, well, what is that? You know, blah, blah, blah. And I watched one of her videos and I think I stood up all night long watching her videos, her panning videos, and I was like hooked. So anyway, I know this is like not even about that, it's about my numbers, but I'm just saying, for me to have just a large collection of what I have in such a short amount of time that I've really been wearing makeup, it is too much. And so, you know, it took me a lot to really make this inventory and for me to really make this video. Like I said, this is seriously like the 4th time I'm filming this, because I'm so hesitant of putting it out there. One, because I just know it's so much and I shouldn't have all this. And, you know, but like I said, if it helps somebody else out and it's going to help me stay accountable for not going crazy like I have in the last couple of years, then it's worth it for me to do it. But this has been probably one of the highest requested videos since I've been making videos, is like to see my makeup collection or an inventory. So a year and a half later, here it is. But I want to keep track of, you know, like I said, what I'm bringing in, what's going out, you know, my numbers. I don't have like specific goals. I know a lot of people do that, like, well, I have like 18 mascaras and by the end of the year I want to have 10. A lot of these categories for me are very high as far as how many I have, so I just think it's just too early for me to do that. Once I hopefully, you know, decrease my numbers in the categories that are really high, I'll be able to then do that, like set like those kind of goals. But for this year, I just wanted to get like more organized, write everything down, see it with my eyes, so that when I am itching for the new palette that's coming out, I can maybe at least try to hold out for as long as possible before getting it. And like I said, am I going to most likely get an eye palette? Yes, I am, because I love eye palettes. I can't help it. I just love them. But as far as like a bronzer or a highlighter or a lippy, I'm more likely to be like, no, I have, you know, whatever, 27 cheek palettes, and that's just palettes. That's not even including blushes, you know, single blushes. I don't need any more blushes. I mean, I don't. And so I'm glad that I did make that, because like I said, I have been, you know, going online a little bit here and there, seeing what's been coming out. And I know also too, what is it? The Too Faced. I think it's the Too Faced, the peanut butter and jelly one that's coming out. And even though it's so silly and I probably don't need it, I'll probably want to get it because I love eye palettes. But that's where also too my low buy is going to come in, because if I don't have the money for it that I'm allotting myself for that month, then I'm not getting it. It's going to have to wait until the next month. So I know this is like a lot of other little side things besides the makeup inventory, but I just wanted to explain like my train of thought, where I'm coming from, what you know, what the plan I'm trying to make going forward. So yeah, so those are my numbers. I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep an eye out, like I mentioned before, I will be doing declutter videos. I'm starting definitely with eyeliners. I already have them out, I just got to do it. So yeah, so hopefully, like I said, these numbers will be going down, but I will be doing declutter videos. I'm trying to start with the categories that are, I know, going to be easier for me to do a video on, and then save the harder ones for last. Obviously when I get to blushes, there's so many of those, so, and I don't really have a lot of cream. Like I guess I could consider the ColourPop cream sort of, but they're basically more all powder. So I don't know how I want to do that because I don't want to keep it, yeah, I don't want it to be like a 40-minute video on doing declutters, but, and I'm just being honest, my palettes, I don't even know if I'm going to even do a declutter because I've already done a declutter a couple of months ago where I do have already off to the side palettes that I took out of my collection. So I guess I can show that, but I'm not going to go through like 180 palettes. I'll just probably take a picture so you guys can sort of see like a snapshot of it. But I've already sort of put to the side the ones I want to get rid of or pass along. So I probably will skip that. But whatever I do, whatever I don't do an actual declutter video for, I'll maybe just do like a snapshot so you can see, for those who want to see, like, you know, some of the stuff that I have. But yeah, those are my numbers. Again, if you guys are on the fence of doing one, but you're a little scared or nervous, I mean, obviously you don't have to make a video, or, you know, if you just want to do it for yourself, I really do recommend you guys doing it, especially if you really are trying to focus on using what you have and spending less, because it really is eye-opening. I mean, it's the truth. And I want to also too, because I don't want to forget, I really want to thank you to everyone who did or has done a declutter video or makeup inventory for 2015, because it really is all those videos that I watched that really pushed me and motivated me to do one myself. So thank you very much. I really do. They're very helpful. These videos are very helpful because I've been wanting to do it since last year, and I didn't have the nerve to do it because I was too afraid to put it out there. But like I said, if it could help somebody like it helped me, and also to keep me accountable, so that when I look at something and I see something that comes out that's, you know, brand new, like a new whatever eyeliner. All right, well, I mean, I have 64 eyeliners. I don't think I need another black eyeliner. So I'm hoping that it will help me as far as, you know, decrease the spending this year. And that's it. I'm sure this video is longer than what I want it to be, but it is what it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have done a makeup inventory video or you're doing declutter videos and I have not seen it, please let me know in the comments below. These are seriously one of my absolutely favorite videos. I love to watch these videos. So let me know in the comments down below so I can come and check you out. Or if you just want to just say, you know, what you have down below as far as just, like I said, just to put yourself out there, just to keep you accountable, or maybe some goals that you have. I would love to know that as well. The support here obviously is awesome, and I really do. I love that I have you guys' support all the time, whether, you know, you're just cheering me on, you leave me a comment, just watching the videos. It really does help me just to keep doing more projects and trying to keep working through my stuff. So I thank you very much for spending the time to watch my videos. And again, if you are doing these kinds, please let me know so I can cheer you on as well. And that's it. I hope you guys are having a blessed day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. Mwah.